Yeah, all of us. Yes. That's it.
तृणमूल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
ममता बनर्जी जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
अभिषेक बनर्जी जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
तृणमूल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद मेघालय तृणमूल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
मेघालय तृणमूल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
Thank you.
कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
ममता बनर्जी जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
अभिषेक बनर्जी जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
मेघालय तृणमूल कांग्रेस जिंदाबाद
जिंदाबाद जिंदाबाद
Hadi makhara ngut ke MLA jong ke Kongres hapok ke jinglam jong Dr. Mukul Sama kilap pun bana pajba balin ya sok no syaka All India Trinamool Congress kinong ilam ke TMC kilawan poi menta ke janmir ke arpesan terik hanong ba Shillong hakaba kila Aiti ya ke Lama jong ke TMC hagi dukhat bathamai hagi jylla Meghalaya ki arngut kinong ilam ke TMC ke belawan poi hanong ba Shillong ban ai khublei bat pediang sembhai ya ke kunhon ke MLA kilong umoloi ghatak bat umanas bohnia Kiberi Kementeri hapok ke sarkar jangka Mamata Banerjee ha West Bengal. Umanoi ghatak loong bakadai ke sngi ke bakrau ha ke jylla Meghalaya. Namar ke sin jam jangka kat arngut ke MLA hapok ke jinglam jong Dr. Mukul Sama baru ba Charles Pynher ban pinya sok sya ke TMC. Kepala pelong ya ke parti bandai ke liang persya ha ke jylla Meghalaya. Na kaliang umanas buhnia ulapan pau ya ke jingkmen bakinong ilam ba pau jong ke jylla. Kumu Dr. Mukul uberi menteri rang ba barim baru ba Charles Pynher uberi speaker barim ke jylla. Ringkat ba sipongut ke MLA kila jet bandon ba ke TMC. Bar ke jingdon jong kini kinong ilam ke jylla kan pelong ban kring ba ke jylla Meghalaya. Ulong bahapo ke jinglam jong ke Mamata Banerjee ke jylla Meghalaya ru ke nyekun ya Khubor ki ba persyang ban pinsenjor ya ke India ki bala penjulor ru ya ke sencar pajba.
This is a historic moment and today is a historic day for Meghalaya because 12 elected members of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly under the leadership of Dr. Mukul Shangma and Charles Pynher joined Trinamool Congress under the leadership of the great leader Mamata Banerjee. So, in Meghalaya, the Trinamool Congress had become the main opposition party. Our leader, Abhishek Banerjee, is the General Secretary of All India Trinamool Congress and Member of Parliament. Under his leadership, we have come to Meghalaya for handing over the flags to our colleagues, to the MLAs of Meghalaya who are joining.
We are really tremendously happy that the tall leadership, very tall leadership of Dr. Mukul Shangma, the ex-chief minister of the state, and the ex-speaker, Mr. Charles Pynher, and our MLA colleagues, 12 in number totally, have joined under the leadership of Madam Mamata Banerjee in TMC family, and their presence, their leadership, and their experience will encourage the people of Meghalaya to come along with us to work in a big way for the people of Meghalaya under the leadership of Madam Mamata Banerjee and Abhishek Banerjee. For that, Mr. Malay Ghatak, Honorable Minister, very senior minister, and myself came to greet you, to pay our respect that you have stood beside the leadership of Trinamool Congress to fight the forces which is effort to destabilize the country, which is here to destroy the democratic fiber, which is effort to destroy the Indian democracy and the democratic norms. We are really happy a man like Dr. Shangma, ex-chief minister, and our MLA colleagues, and Mr. Charles Pynher, the honorable ex-speaker, and a very eminent personality. with all our MLA colleagues in their own field. They are very important, and they are working very keenly for the interest of the people of Meghalaya with their past history of pro-people programs and different attitude to preserve the democratic norms in our country.
Unong ilam barim ke Kongres Legislature Party u Dr. Mukul Sangma ulong bakarai jeng kikar arngot kalong nak benta ban ai ke jing syakri ke bakhamba ya ke jylla. Bat kalong ke badan kam kinong ilam banjet ya ke parti ke balak bentri kambha na ke benta ki pajba ke balak bensyat hakinomi khmat ya ke jingket kli. Ulong bah ke por bakidon ha ke Kongres kila persang ban pinbet ya berok ke jing ke bawana khamat. Henai kam simla poi shono ru. Bat benrap bah hadin ke election arja khat pra ke Kongres kala yok bun ngut dam ke MLE kam simla la menwan ha ke bor. Namar babon ki daw. Wala kaladan ke jing persang hok banyakun ya ki bor ki bathmu ban penpat ya keri. U Dr. Mukul ulong balada hap banyakun persya ya ke BJP ba ya ke kenon senrop dan kam ban kut jengmut ban pendu ya ke jengmlien ba ngap ke bala ailat pat ya ke BJP ban lek ke bamon. Badan kam ban pensange sendan ya ke BJP ban klun ya ke bor sensar haman ke jylla. Ulang ba ke jing jit bandan ha ke TMC kalong namar kembang ke pau mentah tang ke TMC ke badan shisha ya ke thong banyakun persya ya ke BJP.
We have had the privilege to talk to all media friends, and today we, 12 of us, we have had the privilege of serving the people of the state, serving the state as a whole, in fulfilling our commitment based on the mandate of the people. And in our pursuit to ensure that we are able to live up to the expectations and aspirations of the people, we have always tried to strive harder in responding to this call of duty. The trust and confidence with which people have vested upon us, the responsibility, inspire us, motivate us. And therefore, we have always explored the possibility of ensuring that we are able to serve our people, our state better. We are able to really unleash our potentiality in a manner that we are able to draw satisfaction by fully and optimally utilizing our potentiality while serving people in the state. But this always is a challenge. And as we look at the challenges, the hurdles that always confront us while pursuing this agenda, over the preceding years, we have been trying to ensure that we are able to further amplify our ability. That's the reason why you have seen various other political engagement taking place with our party leadership in Delhi. But having gone through that whole exercise, having explored all the possibilities that was available before all of us, to ensure that we are able to, as I have said, optimally and fully utilize our potentialities while serving people, serving the state, serving the nation. It became necessary for us to look for a platform which is capable of providing us that kind of opportunity. We had the privilege of serving the people earlier while we were in Indian National Congress. People of the state has given us the right kind of mandate in the preceding years. But you have witnessed as to how, even though the Indian National Congress was expected to retain power in 2018, how there was a flip-flop because of various reasons, and subsequent to that, how in spite of sincere attempts from all of us to have the kind of wherewithal to fight against the forces which was hell-bent on dividing the country, infusing the sense of insecurity amongst different groups of people. How all these forces can be countered as a political party has always been a challenge. And therefore, to strengthen our political party was our agenda. We have tried our best, but having said this, I would only like to say that if we need to fight against the BJP and their alliances, we should have to be determined. We should not continue with this chalta hai attitude which has enabled BJP to capture states after state. I think we need to put a stop to this. And with that in mind, when we go to any electoral battle, face any electoral battle, we need to be seen as capable of fighting an electoral battle, to win an electoral battle. And when we say fighting against such forces, I think it is not just confined to the state of Meghalaya. What happens in Delhi affects us. What happens in the whole country affects us. That's the reason why we have chosen to be in the National Party. That's the reason why we were in the Grand Old Party. But in the last preceding years, as you see, we had to have our own analysis and our own research, really prevail upon our leadership to take course correction so that we are able to be seen as a force capable of taking on the BJP. But having tried, I must say that it has not yielded result. That's the reason why we explored, and this gave us an opportunity to come across a political party which is considered as a political party honest to its commitment to fight against BJP and the divisive forces. That is precisely the reason why all of us decided that, okay, if we have to look at a new platform to equip ourselves with a kind of wherewithal, we must be able to aggregate our strength together with a party who is committed to fight against these forces. And under the leadership of the chairperson, All India Trinamool Congress, Mamta ji, we have seen how the whole onslaught of BJP notwithstanding, the Trinamool could effectively fight and defend the people of West Bengal, retain power, and completely change the whole political dynamics across the nation. Today, therefore, we are happy that we have been welcomed and we are together in the same paribar now. The All India Trinamool Congress has now members in the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly. Our responsibility will be to remain focused on our commitment towards people and towards state. And with all the experienced colleagues that we have in this team, we have with us a very senior colleague, Charles Pynher. Then we have our Hima Sangkyang, and all my colleagues. All have demonstrated their commitment and utmost sincerity in serving the people of the state. and protecting and defending the interests of the state. We remain committed to serving our people together. And I have no doubt with all these committed friends in the new dispensation. That means after the merger, we today are no longer members of the Congress Legislature Party. We become the members of the Legislature Party of Trinamool Congress. We will, people of the state, until 2023 election. And during this period of time, we expect to reach out to all our friends across the state. We have friends who have been already sharing their willingness to be part of this team. And I have every reason to believe that the trust and confidence with which people have given us mandate in the last election, though we could not form the government, but then as elected representatives, we have got the mandate from our respective electorates of our respective constituencies. We will carry forward our agenda of serving the people, serving the state. But in addition to that, we want to aggregate our strength to further strengthen All India Trinamool Congress and the leadership of All India Trinamool Congress. Or we always refer to her as dear Didi, Mamata Didi. Today, the nation will require to understand the need of the political parties to fulfill their responsibilities. In a democracy, whenever there are political parties based on the mandate, we may be in the government or we may be in the opposition. But whether we are in the government or in the opposition, we'll have to always do justice to that responsibility that is vested upon us. And this responsibility, when we talk about, cannot be limited to only a state of ours, but then this responsibility as a political party must be understood from larger perspective, from national perspective, keeping in mind the prevailing political situation across the nation. That's why we want to strengthen a political party under the leadership of a vibrant, determined, courageous leader, Mamata Didi. We are equally enthused, we are equally motivated, but we want to aggregate our strength together so that at the end of the day, we get more friends who think the same way and join this very party, which is, from our analysis and our study, is the only party now who mean business in fighting the BJP. Thank you.